Hello friends, welcome back to Cooking with Each America Vantlu channel. Today I am going to show you how we can make this ashgard slash gummadi vadiyalu very easily at our home. For making these vadiyalu, you would need a matured ashgard. The peel has to harden enough as we make this vadiyalu along with the peel. We need to wash the ash gourd thoroughly and then slice them into thin slices. Once sliced thinly, we cut them into small pieces. As you can see, this is how they have to be sliced into. Also, do not discard the seeds because the seeds give you a very good crunch and they are very tasty. Now add little turmeric powder and salt into these pieces as we would have to cure these and extract the water. After adding the turmeric powder and the salt, mix them thoroughly. You can squeeze them a little bit so that the water comes out. Make sure all the pieces are coated well with the turmeric powder and the salt. This enables the ashgard to ooze out the water very quickly. You can see how easily the water is oozing out of the ashgard here. We do this so that the vadiyalu gets dried easily. Now take a big bowl and then spread a cloth over it and then transfer all the ashgard pieces into the cloth. Once transferred, give it a tight squeeze. You will see that a lot of ashgard juice is oozing out. You can collect this freshly squeezed ashgard juice and then use it in your soups and gravies. It is very healthy. Once you have tightly squeezed it, now place a very heavy weight over it so that the ashgard will ooze out any remaining liquid present in there. I am using my heavy cast iron pans because they are cast iron, and if they get in contact with water or any liquid, they will rust. So that's the reason I am placing a steel plate in between my cast iron pan and the ashgard cloth. Leave it like this for about a minimum of 6 to 8 hours. You can see how the water is oozing out. Within the first couple of hours, I collected this much of the ashgard juice and I am going to use them in my soups and gravies. It is very fresh and healthy. Simultaneously, we need to soak the urad dal for making the batter. Usually there is no measurements in how much urad dal is needed for making the vadiyalu. As our moms and grandmoms, they used to add how much ever it needed to hold the shape of the vadiyalu. But for making the job easier for you, I am going to leave the measurements in the description box below. Urad dal has to be soaked for at least 4 to 5 hours and then we grind it to a very smooth batter like we do for the idli. Make sure you don't use more than a tablespoon of water for grinding this batter. After 8 hours of draining the water from the ashgard, this is how they will look. All the water is drained off from them. Now collect all the ashgard pieces into a big bowl or a tray and then we get ready for mixing up for the vadiyalu batter. One more thing that makes our vadiyalu very tasty is the green chili and the ginger paste. We need to take enough green chilies, ginger and salt and then grind it to a coarse paste. Now let's make the vadiyalu batter. Add in the green chili ginger paste in here, enough cumin seeds and then some sesame seeds and also the urad dal batter. Add the urad dal batter into here little by little and mix it. You need to make sure you are adding only so much of the urad dal batter which is needed to hold the vadiyalu mixed together. If you add too much of the urad dal batter, the vadiyalu are going to become very hard once you fry them. Less urad dal batter and more ashgard pieces will give you very crunchy and good vadiyalu. Now we can dry these vadiyalu in 3 different ways. One is our traditional sun drying method, 2 is the oven drying and 3 is the air fryer way. Traditional sun drying method will take at least 2 to 3 days in full sun and the oven method would take a minimum of 8 hours. Whereas the air fryer method will give you quick gummadi vadiyalu in about 2.5 to 3 hours. For the sun drying method, you could use a cotton cloth or a silicone mat or even a parchment paper for drying the vadiyalu. Now take small scoops of the vadiyalu batter and then make them into round shapes. Flatten them a little and make sure you are not placing large amount of the batter in the same vadiyam as it will take a lot of time to dry. One thing you have to keep in your mind, if you are using a cloth to sun dry, you have to make this outside only after you spread the cloth. As I am using a silicone mat, I made them inside and then took them outside to dry. For the oven, you need to set up the oven settings to the lowest possible setting, like I am using 170 degrees heat, and then I set the timer to 3.5 hours. After 3.5 hours, you can see that the top layer of the vadiyalu become little hard. Now let's flip them to expedite the drying process. After you have flipped all the vadiyalu, let's dry them in the oven for 5 more hours. Look at them, how well dried they are now. Let's see how we can make the same in the air fryer. I am using a parchment paper here for keeping the vadiyalu on. You can place them directly if it's a non-stick one, or you can even use aluminum foil. Now place the vadiyalu in the air fryer and set it to the lowest possible setting. I am having 175 as the lowest one, and then I am air frying them for 1 hour. You can see after 1 hour of air frying them, they have become hardened on the top end. Now flip them to the other side. And since now they have become light, and since we use the parchment paper here, we do not want the paper to go and stuck to the coil. So that's the reason I am placing the protective plate here. Air fry for another 1.5 hours to 2 hours at same 175 degrees. The time depends upon the brand and the size of your air fryer. Look at that. Wow, they have turned out so dry and all very well done. Can you hear the dry crunchy sound of them? Now that our vadiyalu are all dried, let's make them. Heat some oil and then place the vadiyalu into the hot oil. Keep flipping them until they are golden brown in color. That's all. You can enjoy these as is as a snack, or enjoy them with some sambar rice and curd rice. Friends, please do like and share this recipe with your friends and family. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, do subscribe and press the bell icon to get the notifications of my future videos. Thank you.